Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you're coming into 2021 with a brand new mindset, refreshed, rejuvenated, and ready to go, or ready to continue the things that you were able to accomplish in the 2020 year. I hope you guys had an awesome Christmas, had a happy new year, and great holidays, as well as your families coming into the brand new year. Now, this is a time, especially in the beginning of the year when fishing is really slow, there's nothing really to do, that I like to reflect on my year, think about the things I want well, think about the things I could have accomplished, or some things I want to improve upon going into the new season. So that's what we're going to do in this video. We're going to reflect, we're going to look forward, and look at some things that I want to accomplish in the 2021 season. If you guys have followed the channel for a long time, you know I have this board of goals. This is my 2020 goals board that normally hangs on that wall right behind me. But we're going to refresh this. We're going to kind of take a look at what happened in this season, things that I want to look or get better at going into the next season, and set some new personal goals for ourselves, set some new fishing goals for ourselves, and just come into this year with a new mindset or new focus. I also encourage you guys to write down your goals. Keep your goals somewhere that you guys can see them. This is something I truly believe in, is the ability to have goals written down somewhere that you can look at them on a regular basis and kind of reflect and make sure, okay, I'm still progressing towards this goal. Or I need to look at this goal and say, how do I get to where I want to be? So write them down, put them somewhere where you can kind of keep them in the front of your mind, especially as you come into the new year and you want to accomplish some new things. Now let's start by kind of looking at my 2020 goals, and these were the 6 goals that I had in mind. I have my fishing goals on my left here and the personal goals here on my right. The first ones we're going to look at are the fishing goals, and the first checkbox that I had on here was prospect 3 new areas. And I really like this word prospect. I talked about this in the original video, but this is basically taking a fresh look or taking a new look at a new area to determine if they're viable or potential fishing opportunities. And the reason I use the word areas is because I fish the Great Lakes a lot. So some of these weren't necessarily new lakes. They were just different areas of the Great Lakes that I fish for me to look at. I think this is one of the goals that I really feel the most confident in. Not only did I look at new areas on the Great Lakes, but I looked at new lakes, I looked at new areas of the state, and I found some really cool opportunities as we go forward into this year that I think I can really build on, both some of the lakes that I fished, some of the lakes that we found, some of the areas that we looked at for big smallmouth, and just some cool things we can build on. So this one I feel like I did really well. I would argue that I did way more than 3, probably 5 to 10 new lakes or new areas that I want to attack in the 2021 season. Now this next goal is the one that I feel I did the worst at, the one that I didn't even really consider for most of the season, which is become confident in new lures. Now I started the year really pushing this wobblehead bite. I was like, man, I'm going to learn this thing. I'm going to get really confident in it. And I did build a little bit of confidence, but it's not something I really locked in my hand to say, okay, yes, I'm very confident with the wobblehead now. Yes, I feel like I can go out on most bodies of water that don't have a bunch of grass and catch fish on a wobblehead. I really didn't do that with an A-rig, although I learned a little bit more about how to fish this bait and some new techniques or new retrieves or approaches. And a spy bait, I didn't really touch at all. I don't know that I caught a single spy bait fish this year. A little bit of that I can kind of blame on me not fishing as much, especially when it comes to that summertime bite when I would really consider a spy bait to be a really effective tool. So of the 3, the spy baits did the worst, the rig did the second worst, and the wobblehead, did probably the best, although I wouldn't consider myself a proficient wobblehead fisherman by the end of the year. So this I didn't really accomplish. And 7 smallmouth over 6 pounds, only put 1 in the boat. I personally caught 1 6.00 pound fish when we were doing a Costa Del Mar shoot with Frank's Great Outdoors. I caught a 6-pounder, so I caught 1. And then I caught a 5.95 at the end of the year. I caught a lot of other really big fish. Had a phenomenal year overall with big fish and catching big fish. I just didn't catch many over 6. I only caught that 1 6-pounder for the season. And this is a goal that's going to carry over into next year or into this current 2021 season. Now, as we look into the personal goals, this is where I feel a lot more successful. I would say 2020, as crazy as it was, not being able to use a boat for a little bit of time, not being able to go fishing near as much. I really feel like I focused on the personal life a lot. I had a baby. I really kind of reprioritized the way that I thought about fishing and the way that I thought about family. And especially this top one, I feel very confident that I was successful with at least 2 of the F's, the family and the fishing. The faith, however, I kind of got called out. If you guys don't know, Nick LeBrun, who's an FLW touring pro or Major League Big 5 pro tour, I don't know what it's called anymore. He kind of called me out on this when Nick came up and was fishing with me. He said, what are you doing to improve your faith? What are you doing to grow in your faith or your walk with Jesus? And I really feel like this is the thing that I did the worst on. But overall, I would say I prioritized the 3 Fs. I didn't fish near as much as I may have liked or expected in past years, but I had a baby, big life changes, and would say I did a pretty good job prioritizing the 3 or 2 of the 3 Fs. The relationships, how do I feel like I did prioritizing my relationships? I would say I did a pretty good job. Now, as we started the year, I kind of had some relationships that backed off, relationships that kind of went away, faded away. Looking back, that was one of the best things that could have happened to me. I'm now partnered with Berkeley and Abu Garcia. I partnered with Temple Fork Outfitters. They're a huge support of the channel. We have grown really close. I got really cool opportunities with TFO. We're coming out with brand new rods that I helped them prototype and design. So there's a lot of cool things going on with the relationships that I built throughout the last year that I feel really happy about. This really was a successful year for me with my relationships and growing these relationships and meeting new people and fishing with new people. It was a good year for me. In the 80 videos, I'm pretty sure we came really close. I don't know that we hit 80, but I would say we came really close. I think in my last count, I was around 67 or 70 videos between April and November into early December. So we came close to 80 videos. Don't think I hit 80, but throughout the year, I definitely hit 80 from January all the way through November. So of these goals, I would say I'm pretty happy with the goals that we accomplished. Prospect 3 new areas, prioritize the 3 Fs, relationships, and the 80 videos I would consider pretty much all complete. Now these 2 are things that I want to work on and get better in the new year. Now looking into 2021, we're going to break this down the exact same way. Have fishing goals and have personal goals and things I can work towards and push myself to get better at with both of those facets of my life. So the fishing goals. Obviously, that 7 smallies over 6 pounds, I really missed the boat on that one. I really feel like that was an achievable goal. That was something that could happen, and I just straight up missed the boat. Didn't get it done. So 7 over 6 is still going to be a goal for 2021. I also want to add to that and say, and a 30-pound bag. So 7 over 6 and a 30-pound bag. I want to catch a 30-pound bag of smallies. Another one that I want to build on is emphasize on smaller lakes, kind of building on that prospecting 3 new areas. We hit a couple small lakes, especially towards the end of the season, that I want to go back to, that I want to look at. And I want to emphasize going to smaller lakes instead of the Great Lakes all the time, because the Great Lakes put a ton of pressure on you to go out and catch fish, but they can be really tough. It's not like St. Clair where you drop the boat and you end up catching 3 to 5 to 30 fish. It can be really tough, and all fish is relatively similar. So I want to kind of branch out. I want to learn new techniques. I want to go approach these brand new styles of bodies of water. Small inland natural lakes, glacial lakes, river systems. There's a lot of smaller lakes that I want to look at in 2021 to help build my repertoire as an angler, but also to kind of give me a little bit of variety in what I'm going to be doing. And this last one is definitely the least measurable, but something that I want to get kind of back to. I've become very focused on my graphs. Look at my graphs. Oh man, are there fish here? Are there not fish here? I want to get back to the instinctual aspect of fishing. I want to become a more instinctual angler. This is something I took a lot of pride in, especially a few years ago. And as a largemouth fisherman, I feel like this is an easier task that you can accomplish, but be a more instinctual angler. Go out and look at a body of water. Say they should be here. They should be biting this. Kind of focus on what's going on around you and do a little bit more fishing and a little bit less looking with the graphs. And that might result in less fish catches, but I feel like overall, trusting your gut, trusting your intuition, your instincts is going to make you a better angler over time. And so those are my fishing goals for the 2021 season. As we move into the personal goals, you're going to see a lot of the same things. Prioritize the 3 Fs. That's obviously on there. I think that's really important to have a core, to have a foundation, your faith, family, and fishing. Prioritizing those things will help drive you in everything that you do. So that's staying on the board. Continuing to build those relationships. I'm going to pull this off, but I want to continue having a focus on relationships, and I feel like that goes with the family theme, kind of prioritizing the family aspect of what I'm doing. So that's going to come off the board, but that's something I want to continue focusing on. Now, having 100+ videos. In 2021, I really want to focus on building a bigger library of content, whether it's smallmouth or it's largemouth or it's just going out and fishing or it's just lifestyle stuff. I want to go out and have more content. I want to have over 100 videos in the 2021 calendar year. So that starts now. That starts with this video. Over 100 videos. That's a video every 3.645 days. So that's like 3 videos a week for you guys. And if I just kind of stick my mind to it, if I say, okay, 100 plus videos, I have to get it done, I can make that happen. And again, you guys are gonna, if you haven't already, notice a little bit of a change on my channel. We've switched it back to my name. I feel like that was holding me back. It was holding me back from things that I wanted to do. It was making me feel guilty for going largemouth fishing. It was making me feel guilty for putting content that wasn't directly smallmouth focused on the channel. And I don't want that. I want to continue to grow as a person, grow as a content creator, and grow as someone that you guys can relate to and understand and enjoy coming to watch the content. So I changed it back to my name, Benjamin Nowak. The channel changed. We're still going to be doing a lot of smallmouth content. So if you're a smallmouth angler, if you guys enjoy smallmouth content, there's going to be a lot of it on the channel, but it's not necessarily going to be 100% smallmouth focused content. And that gives me a little bit more freedom to kind of get other things on the channel that I enjoy and share my personality with you guys. And I want to grow the channel to over 35,000 followers. That is my narrow goal. That is like, if I don't really push too hard, I just get out 100 videos, I should hit 35,000 followers. My stretch goal is 50,000 followers on this channel. You guys have heard me say it before. I want to keep this community growing. I want to grow it to 25 to 50 to 100,000 followers on my YouTube channel. And the only way I can do that is by putting out content. So 35 is kind of my narrow-minded goal. 50 is my stretch goal, and 100 is really where I want to be. But 35, 50, 100, those are my goals throughout the next year. This last one is really, really personal for me. This is something I've thought long and hard about. I want to find a mentor and become a mentor in the 2021 season. There's going to be a video on this, really talking about mentorship, the importance of it in my life, the importance of it looking forward and growing not only the fishing community, but the community in general. Find and become a mentor in the 2021 calendar year. So those are my goals. Those are my goals for the 2021 season. That's kind of my reflection on last year. And I'm really curious, what are your goals? Go down there in the comment section, drop me your goals for the year, whether they're personal, whether you want to catch your PB, whether you want to grow closer with your family, whether you want to fish more, whatever you guys want to do, let me know in the comment section below. I'd like to read what you guys want to do, what you guys want to accomplish, and the things that you guys are doing or have going on in your life. So if there's any questions or comments, hit me up at the comment section and try to get back to each and every one of you guys. I really do appreciate us growing this community. If you're not already, hit the subscribe button down below. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Take care, tight lines. God bless. Pursue passion.